Domestic violence. Did you know that according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, that 48% of women and 48% of men have experienced at least one aggressive behavior by an intimate partner? As if that wasn't bad enough, they also state that 95% of men who physically abuse their intimate partner also psychologically abuse them. When someone says domestic violence, I used to immediately think of the physical abuse with the bruises and the scars. The scars of psychological abuse are not seen, and they rarely heal, if at all. I know because I'm a victim of both physical and psychological abuse. In my most recent relationship, the guy tried to isolate me, he tried to control me, tried to tell me who I can and cannot see. He also tried to tell me I couldn't ask him for money for anything, and when I did finally ask him for money, he would always scream, yell, holler like I was the worst thing on the planet. He would always try to make me feel guilty for doing my homework when he was at home, and always accused me of cheating on him. According to the National Center on Domestic and Sexual Violence, these are all forms of psychological abuse. Coercion and threats, intimidation, male privilege, economic and financial abuse, using children, minimizing, denying, and blaming, isolation, and emotional abuse are all forms of abuse that don't leave physical scars and bruises. Today, I'm focusing on indicators of 4 of these from the Power and Control Wheel from the National Center on Domestic and Sexual Violence. The first one is emotional abuse. Playing mind games. Does he make unreasonable or impossible demands? Making you feel bad about yourself. Aren't you fat enough? You're always doing your schoolwork instead of spending time with me. Making you feel guilty. Next, I want to discuss the indicators that your partner might be isolating you. Limiting your outside environment. Plays on your guilt until you want to stay home. Tells you you can or cannot talk to. Who you can or cannot talk to. Well, that's pretty much self-explanatory, so I don't have to go into detail on that one. Uses jealousy to justify their actions. I know you're cheating on me. Oh, honey, you know I'm the jealous type. Okay, now, let's discuss the more common form of psychological abuse, male privilege. They treat you like a servant. He has the air like, I have the job, you're at home, so you can do this or you can do that. He also defines men's and women's roles. I have the job, so you stay at home and do the dishes. He makes all the major decisions. We would usually perceive this as the male chauvinistic pig. Last, I would like to talk about a form of abuse that most people don't even realize is a form. Economic/financial abuse. They prevent you from getting a job. They say things like, what, I don't make enough money for you? Making you ask them for money. Putting you down for asking you for money. I thought I gave you $10 already, you greedy woman. Well, they would use a different word, but I don't think I should say that one. As you can see, abuse comes in many forms. I used to be naive about the abuse, even thought it was normal to be treated like that. I used to think that I was never going to find someone who loved me for me. There is help out there. Arming yourself with the knowledge is a great prevention method. These types and many more of psychological abuse do exist. Just because they don't physically leave scars doesn't mean that it isn't abuse. Arm yourself with knowledge. You can get more information on the different types of abuse and the indicators on these websites. Thank you.